Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, ma'am. My name is Brian. I'm from Class C, and today we're going to talk about the vlog of digital natives. How do they learn and how to teach them by UNESCO Institute. So let's go right into it. Digital natives. Digital natives is a term coined by Mark Prensky in 2001 to describe the generation of people who grew up in the era of ubiquitous technology, including computers and the internet. Digital natives are comfortable with technology and computers at an early age and consider technology to be an integral and necessary part of their lives. Many teenagers and children in developed countries are considered to be digital natives, as they mainly communicate and learn via computers, social networking service, and texting. The opposites of digital natives are digital immigrants, people who have had to adapt to the new language of technology, and digital refugees, people whose jobs, livelihoods, and lives have been disrupted by the rapid advance of information technology, automation, and artificial intelligence. The term digital natives describe a young person who has grown up in the digital age, in close contact with computers, the internet, and now video consoles, and later mobile phones, social media, and tablets. The term is often used to refer to millennials, Generation Z, and Generation Alpha. The latter two are sometimes described as distinct neo-digital natives, true digital natives, or digital integrators. Digital natives are distinguished from digital immigrants, people who grew up before the advent of the internet, came of age in a world dominated by print and television, and acquired familiarity with digital systems as an adult. These terms are often used to describe the digital generation gap in terms of the ability of technological use among people born after 1980 and those born before. The term digital native is a highly contested concept, being considered by many education researchers as a persistent myth not founded on empirical evidence, and many argue for a more nuanced approach for understanding the relationship between digital media, learning, and youth. The specific terms digital native and digital immigrants were popularized by education consultant Mark Prensky in his 2001 article entitled Digital Natives, Digital Immigrants, in which he relates the contemporary decline in American education to educators' failure to understand the needs of modern students. His article posited that the arrival and rapid dissemination of digital technology in the last decade of the 20th century had changed the way students think and process information, making it difficult for them to excel academically using the outdated teaching method of the day. In other words, children raised in a digital media saturated world require a media-rich learning environment to hold their attention, and Prensky dubbed these children digital natives. He also goes on to say that digital natives have spent their entire lives surrounded by and using computers and video games, digital music players, video cams, cell phones, and all other toys and tools of the digital age. Globally, 30% of the population born between 1988 and 1998 had used the internet for over 5 years as of 2013. The Understanding Digital Natives. The idea of digital native came from an article explaining Prensky's opinion on why today's teachers are having trouble teaching students. Prensky argued that young people today are speaking a digital language, while teachers are speaking an all-accented language, their accent being their reluctance to adopt new technology. He called for a change in the way children are taught so that they may learn in a language they understand. It is worth noting that not all children born today are digital natives. Although cheaper mobile technology is making rapid inroads into developing and emerging markets, children in less affluent areas are less exposed to technology than their counterparts in the G7, for example. It is also important to note that Prensky's original paper was a speculative essay rather than an empirical science article. However, substantial research evidence has since been developed that supports his claims. Scientists have demonstrated how frequent or early exposure to modern information technology can lead to cognitive and functional changes to the human brain. This research shows that those who have all their lives have been exposed to the influence of modern information technologies do indeed think and learn and understand the world differently than previous generations, based on his own experience in working with students and educators. Prensky later extended his digital natives metaphor into a concept he calls digital wisdom for educational reform. The social function. The social, the digital natives are people who have grown up under the ubiquitous influence of the internet and other modern information technologies. Digital natives think, learn, and understand the world around them differently from people who have not been as subjected to modern technology. The arguments. Creating transformational learning experience online learning generally understood to mean learning experience provided over a digital network can be self-directed or instructor-led and can be synchronous live interaction or asynchronous elapsed interactions. But not all online learning is created equal. Providing learning opportunities for students through a remote and a digital environment is best implemented using a variety of elements, including learning environments that allow for rich educator and student collaboration and communication that may also include collaboration with subject matter experts. It's instructional supports personal and peers. Digital learning, content, and interactive learning experience that engage students in reaching specific learning goals, the use of data and information to personalize learning and slash or provided targeted instructions, a wide variety of computer-based formative and summative assessments. The lexicogrammatical features. Number one, learner. Educators continually improve their practice by learning from and with others and exploring proven and promising practice by leverage technology to improve students' learning. Educators set professionals' learning goals to explore and apply pedagogical approaches made possible by technology and reflect on their effectiveness. Pursue professionals' interest by creating and actively participating in local and global learning networks. Stay current with research that supports improved students' learning outcomes, including findings from the learning science. Focus on generic participants, use of relation process to state what is and that which it is. Use of simple present tense unless instinct and no temporal sequence. The language features are simple present tense that are digital natives are comfortable with technology and computers at an early age. The idea of digital natives become popular among educators and parents. These terms are often used to describe the digital generation gap in terms of the ability of technological. And the last, the idea become popular among educators and parents. The conclusions are the idea of digital natives become popular among educators and parents whose children fall within Prensky's definition of a digital native. In the context of business, the digital native was embraced as a new and potentially lucrative way to segment consumers for the purpose of marketing. Many strategies have out to capture the attention of digital natives. Too often these attempts have amounted to basic marketing with a few more buzzwords to throw in. It was the focus on digital natives that encouraged many brands to go with social media as the main marketing platform and go to gamify promotions. Other marketing tips for research for reaching the digital natives included digging into the ad data for insights, appealing to aspirational desires, and a host of other basic ideas that apply to marketing to anyone regardless of their childhood exposure to technology. In recent years, the millennial categorization has overtaken the uses of digital native as a marketing segment, but many of the characteristics and techniques remain the same. Benefit. Digital natives possess an inherent advantage of digital immigrants because they are native speakers of the digital age. They have been comfortable engaging and interacting with technology and are generally enthusiastic participants. The critic. They engage in increased multitasking behaviors that are linked to increased distractibility and poor executive control abilities. Digital natives also exhibit a higher prevalence of internet-related addictive behaviors that reflected altered reward processing and self-control mechanism. And that is it. Thank you for watching, ma'am and everyone. Sorry for the bad grammar and spelling. I am bad at it. I apologize. And yeah, hope you enjoyed and goodbye.